Well, good day, my brothers and sisters. Darren Spiece here with you. Today is a really exciting day for me because today is going to be the first day that I get to read to you from this book right here, the Holy Megillah, the Nasarean Bible of the Essene way. And this book is absolutely amazing. And before I actually sort of get into it, and I'm just going to talk about the book a little bit. First off, the meaning of it, the Holy Megillah. Basically, Megillah means scroll, and Nasarean, the root word Nasa, means to lift up, and the word Essene means healing. So essentially, this is the holy scroll of the healing way that lifts up. And that's basically what this book is about. And it's really quite something. And for you to recognize that right on the front there, we have what's known as the tetragrammaton for Yahweh, which is Yod He Vod He. And I'll teach you all about what that actually means. But really quickly, it's Father, Mother, Son, and Daughter. And normally these are Hebrew letters, and they're normally read from left to right. And the little tip that's on the top of each letter is known as Yah, or it's known as the I Am. And each individual, the Father, the Mother, the Son, and the Daughter, they all crowned in Yah. And essentially what this triangle represents is Yah, and then masculine and feminine polarities, God and Goddess. And this is sort of the front of the book there anyway. So I'm really excited. So I want to let you know that I am a Nasarean Essene. I am an initiate of the Nasarean Essenes. And I'm speaking on my own behalf right now as just wanting to share this information. I think it's really important to share. And I know a lot of you have different spiritual paths out there. And myself, obviously I'm on my own spiritual path. And it took me many years to actually get to this book. And it was a book that basically I basically stopped me in my tracks to I didn't have to really seek any further. I found what I was looking for, and I never thought that I was going to be able to find that. But when I actually came into the Nasarean Essene way, it was almost like when I found it, and it's quite a journey in getting there. When I found the pathway, it was almost like intuitively everything that's actually in this book I already understood to be true. It was almost encoded into the fabric of my being. So like as I was reading, it was like, yeah. And it was like having these epiphanies or awakenings, constant awakenings. It was like, finally I found something that I already knew and understood to be truth. And it's very satisfying. And I just want to share with you something on that Yeshua, which is Yeshua spoke the words. He said that there's going to be a time in your life when you are to seek out many different paths. You need to spend some time researching lots of paths. And like myself, I dove into many religions for 10, 20 years before I actually arrived at this sort of destination where I've now dedicated myself to this path. But he says, you got to spend some time and start discerning these different paths, something that works for you. And but there has to become a time in your life where you say, you know what, I've sought out all these different paths. This is it. Because if you just spend the rest of your life running over here and running over here, running over here, and you keep on doing that, you never ever get situated. And he says this: once you finally dedicate yourself to a particular path that sits right with you, that's where you're going to make your most spiritual progress. And the Nasarean Essene path is that way. And I'm really, really excited to share this book with you. Obviously, it's not a book we can read right through, but it has one of the most beautiful creation stories in it. And it's set so absolutely well, but it's very, very in-depth. Like, you read other books like the mainstream Bible, and you'll get an idea of the creation story. But this creation story, it goes very, very deep, and it takes a lot of understanding of the Hebrew language and the words. And this book is really, really good at explaining all that stuff, especially getting into word meanings. And this is one of the biggest problems we have, especially in our day and age, with word meanings, because I could speak a certain word, but your understanding of it is different. And so we might be looking at the same thing, but we understand it in a different way. And this is where I'm really excited, where this book will help clarify these things. And there's so much information that needs to be understood. Now, I want to also explain too that the Hebrew language is basically like a highest language, like an angelic type language to communicate with divinity and human form. It's sort of the highest level of that. And so getting to the root meanings of the words. And I also want to say too that Nasarean Hebrew is slightly different as well. And as we go through the book, which this is going to be the first of many videos where I talk about things in depth like this, but it's going to take time. And eventually, what I'm hoping, you've done your seeking in your life, and this is going to be a place where maybe you dig your roots in and you dedicate yourself to a particular path. I'm not saying that this path is for you, but as we move through this, you'll understand why this is a very, very good path to follow. It's well balanced. Anyway, without further ado, I was going to start out with the creation story because I thought it was a totally amazing place to start. But then I realized that it's really, really important. There's a main character in this whole book here, in this whole reality, that we need to have a deep understanding of. And there's a lot of misunderstanding about certain names. And these are the word labels and stuff. So this video here that we're working on here, I'm going to be talking on a name of deity called Yah. And so I'm at the back of the book right now. I'm in the expanded footnotes of the book. And I thought this would be a really good place to start. Now, Brother Day, the high priest of the Nasarean Essenes, or the Yair, he has come out and spoken to me that we are able now to speak or read several paragraphs, well, several meaning 5 to 11, 12 being a dozen, and 3 or 4 being a few. So we're looking at 5 to 11 paragraphs and then be able to talk on that. And so that's what I plan to do in each video. And you'll see that I leave you at the bottom of, in the footnotes here or across on the screen, the email that you can actually contact Brother Day, and you can actually get yourself a copy of the Holy Megillah, the Nasarean Bible of the Essene Way for yourself. And I'll also leave the link for the church website, and the church website has a lot of information on there as well. But today we're going to be talking about Yah. And without further ado, I'm going to read. Okay. So here follows the meaning of each of the above Nasarean names of deity. Now I want to say also too that Nasarean and Nazarean, where Nasarean is Nasarean. So Nasarean Essenes and Nazarene or Nazarean, they're different, and you have to understand these are not like the same Essenes that were found in Dead Sea Scrolls. You have to realize too, my friends, that back in the day, everybody called themselves healers because the word Essene is healers. So there's all sorts of healers. So you have to understand that as well. So the word Essene means healer. So, okay. So Yah. Yah is a Hebrew name for deity. In Nasarean theology, Yah is without beginning. According to Nasarean theology, Yah is primal being. Yah is primal because Yah is original being with nothing before it. Also, according to Nasarean theology, Yah is unconditioned being. Yah is unconditioned because Yah is not the effect of or affected, or is not conditioned by, anything outside of itself. Not only was that originally true in that Yah predated anything that can be called conditioning, but it remains perpetually true. Now I just want to stop right there. So understand what we're talking about. Yah is being itself. It is, and nothing caused it to be. It is the first cause. It's not conditioned by anything outside of itself. That's what it's basically trying to say here. And it perpetually remains that way. Yah is perpetually at cause and therefore transcendent to effect. Also, according to Nasarean theology, Yah is undifferentiated being. The original state of the Godhead was undifferentiated being. I'll see that again. I want you to read that again. The original state of the Godhead was undifferentiated being. That means it was neither male nor female. In this context, by the term undifferentiated, we mean that there was no other. There was no me and you, no he and she and we. There was just one being. It also implies a gender-neutral state of being, a state of being that is neither masculine nor feminine. Thus, Yah is neither he nor she being undifferentiated being. The Hebrew word for the one being is Yah. Yah means or isness, or being. Yah is existence, or pure is. When we add the prefix a, or eh, to the word Yah, we get Iya, which means I am, another name of Yah. Though we have declared that Yah as undifferentiated being is gender neutral, Being neither he nor she, Yah is the source of both the masculine and feminine aspects. So wow, that's pretty intense. So understand, basically what we're looking at is that Yah is the I am. It is the first cause. It is what's known as the one alone. It is before anything ever was. And yeah, so that's that. I'm going to continue on. However, it is possible. How is it possible that gender neutral, undifferentiated being can be the source of divine Father and divine Mother? Let us begin our answer by looking at the Hebrew letters that spell the word Yah. In Hebrew, Yah is spelled with two letters, Yod, which represents the masculine principle, and He, which represents the feminine principle. Yod, the first letter of the two letter in Hebrew word Yah, not only represents the masculine principle, but it's associated with fire and assertiveness. The second letter of Yah, the letter He, or H-E-H, not only represents the feminine principle, but is associated with water and receptivity in the light of the awareness of the Hebrew spelling of Yah. We see that the term gender neutral, when it is used to describe Yah, should be understood to describe a condition of perfect gender balance. In other words, the neutrality of gender within Yah is due to the perfect balance of the masculine and feminine aspects, not the absence of them. The masculine and feminine aspects within Yah are not active but latent, only becoming manifest when emulated, exteriorized by Yah. Thus, Yah is never a he or a she, but is always the source of both, the emanation of the masculine and feminine aspects by Yah resulted in the first Trinity. The Trinity consists of Yah, the I am, Jah, the Divine Father, and Jallah, the Divine Mother. And that Trinity gave birth to the countless Trinities that comprise the manifest universe. Each Trinity created in the image and likeness of the first Trinity. So there, we have a description of Yah, and you can see that I also touched on the other, what's known as the transcendental God, Jah, and which is masculine energy, and the transcendental goddess, Jallah. And so that forms the Trinity. So you have Yah, being is, and then the two aspects, the masculine and feminine aspects. That's where you got that triangle on the front of the book. And so basically and we're going to learn about that in another video, next video probably, where we look at the actual creation story. But then it'll be really, really good to have a rundown and understand what Yah is, this more in-depth look in the footnotes. So when we go into that story, you don't have any preconceived ideas of what I'm actually talking about when I actually mention the word Yah. And that being said, these are footnotes at the back of the book, and you'll see, as I go through this book, there's all these little numbers as you go through. As you're reading, you'll see it go 1 or a 2, and you look at the bottom, and then it gives more of an elaborate understanding of a particular word or whatever. There's a lot of repetition in the book, but it's really, really important. And the book was actually designed this way. And just on a last note, for those of you who are interested, this book, and there's all the information, how this book all came about, and it's all there if you actually want to look, and where it came from and how long it's been around and all this stuff. But the book is this being transcribed into the English language right now. Brother Day has spent the last 50 years of his life basically transcribing this book, unpaid work. It's his literal life work. And he's been given the task of transcribing this book into English for the first time. And I want to say at the beginning of each new age is when the Holy Megillah actually goes out for a time to see if the world is ready to actually accept it. And this is the time we're in right now. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to sign off there and look forward to my next video, which will be on, I'm going to give you the title of it right now. It's going to be, let's do the first chat. It'll be Existence, Consciousness, and Bliss. And we're going to read a few paragraphs from that, and then we'll discuss that, the creation story. It's absolutely wonderful. And just a little bit more here. I just want to say too that a little bit more insight on this book is that this book is nothing like the mainstream Bible at all. Although if you have read the mainstream Bible, you will recognize some of the characters, but a lot of the stories are very, very different. And like when I say different, I mean radically different. And stuff that you probably read in the mainstream Bible and you went, oh my God, that doesn't make any sense. Or like some stuff is like shocking, some things were contradicting. There's a lot of things that just didn't quite make any sense. You read this book and you're going to go, especially this book coming out right now, especially with everything that's happening in the world right now, you're going to be like, holy crap. But anyways, my friends, I'm going to sign off there. Again, I'm so thankful to be able to share this with you. There's so much to talk about, and I feel this book could really help a lot of people. I really do. It's got so much in it. I could go on forever. And anyway, I'm gonna sign off there, and maybe I'll have at the beginning of each or at the end of each video, I'll talk a little bit more of what's in the book. But in the meantime, you can actually go check out their website. I'll just put it up here on the screen here, and I'll put it in the description below. And also, if you're interested in getting a copy for yourself, there's a hardcover copy of the Holy Megillah, and there's a soft cover. And you can get it by going to this email address. And anyway, I'm going to sign off there, and you guys have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.